telling me I didn't deserve the house and that he wanted a better location for his family to live. I laughed in his face and said it was total bullshit because I had worked hard to be able to buy my home. Of course I earned it. Jason began ranting that I don't have a wife or children and don't need all the room, so I might as well give it to him. I replied I wasn't giving him anything, and he never offered to pay my rent. If I let him move in, I'd still have to pay the entire mortgage on my own house while not being allowed to live there. Jason then informed me that he shouldn't have to pay rent since his family comes first, and our parents assured me that I would do this and that. He yelled, as if their words were law or something. I told Jason that they didn't have the authority or power to offer him my house. Then, right on time, my parents and sister-in-law barged back in through the front door and encircled me in an attempt to force me to agree. There was a lot of fighting, but from this point forward, I heard the statement, "Just do it for Jason," more than I can remember. During the fight, I told them all that they had no say in my life or my house and should leave before I contacted the cops. My sister-in-law shouted the most at me, saying she was pregnant again and I couldn't do this to her. I said I did nothing to her. She basically expected she could take and take from me, as if I would simply allow it. I had no obligations to her or her family. Then I labeled her a stuck-up, who never respected me, therefore I don't care what she thinks or how many children she has. I have no pity for her. She will not be living at my house. Well, that enraged her enough to assault me. She landed a nice strike on my face and tried to do more, but my brother pulled her back, kicking and shouting. She was insisting that he let her go so she could scratch my eyes out. The phone I was carrying captured almost everything, so I held it up and threatened to call the police if they didn't leave right away. My parents told Jason that they were leaving. Then my mother told me I had a week to come to my senses. I told her I wouldn't be there and not to return. Then I informed my sister-in-law that my phone had recorded everything, and that if she tried anything, I would file charges for assault. She screamed at me and stormed out, screaming loudly and holding her face in her hands. My mother was the last one out the door, telling me that I needed to do this for Jason and my sister-in-law. I responded by saying I wouldn't be there. Update 1. As I mentioned in the first half of my piece, many people will find this unbelievable and lengthy. Yes, I am aware that there are already similar sounding posts online. I've seen several of them lately. But those posters don't have a monopoly on this type of shit happening to them. If anything, I'm surprised this site hasn't been better weaponized against this type of behavior, given that entitled individuals should be more frightened of being exposed here. Anyway, I don't blame anyone who phones. I would too if I were reading this. However, after reading this and my first article, you'll understand how messed up my parents are. In my life, they were the source of all evil that spoiled my brother into the he is now. And they've never offered me a real reason why. And I fear there isn't one. Some individuals can't explain why they make decisions like kid favoritism, so all they can do is try